श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा हृदि। रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। ஷீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
श्रीमान् वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदांताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। रामानुजदया पात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। ஷீரொன்னு தூப்புள் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்னு சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்னு தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேர போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
Prapti Prakara Prapanchaha. That's the title of the next chapter. So Prapti Prakara Prapanchaha. Prapanchaha generally means universe. That is what we call the expanse. EXPANSE. So that means the world of Prapti Prakara. So Prapti is reaching the goal. Prakara is method. So what is the strategy of aiming at the goal? Going to the protector. So this is the rather summary of how all of us must behave, either like Vibhishana or somebody else. So here, of course, Vibhishana is the hero of the Abhaya Pradana Saram matter. Therefore, should we adopt Vibhishana's attitude or Sugriva's attitude? So how do you approach the protector? Prapti Prakara Prapanchaha. So இப்படி ஒன்றாலும் பிரதிபந்திக்க ஒண்ணாத ஒரு உக்தி விசேஷத்தாலே யதாப்பிரமாணம் சரணாகதன் கோலின பலம் சித்தித்தபடியே பொதுவிலே சொல்லி மேல் பிராப்தி பிரகாரத்தை விவரிக்கிறான். Now, this is about Valmiki's statement. Valmiki Vivarikiran. Valmiki explains. Of course, Valmiki's words are Brahma's words. Brahma's words are Sriman Narayana's words. Therefore, he willed, Sriman Narayana willed it, made a sankalpam, then Brahma taught Valmiki. Valmiki said this through Ramayana. And again, of course, Rama is also involved because he is the Almighty. So, இப்படி ஒன்றாலும் பிரதிபந்திக்க ஒண்ணாது. Now, there is no impediment whatsoever for the surrenderer to approach the protector. In whatever way that the protector feels to save the surrenderer. He, as we understood earlier that Lord Rama as the Almighty, as the protector, felt that he was the most fortunate to get the friendship of Vibhishana one. And more than the devotee, more than the surrenderer, Lord feels more happy. And therefore, that is the excellent quality of the protector. He feels a lot of affection for the devotees, especially surrenderers. And Vibhishana did his activities very well. And therefore, Lord was attracted by Vibhishana's attitude. That is because he was born as a demon, but behaved like a surrenderer. rather yes, qualified surrenderer. So he followed all rules of the Shastras without even knowing them. Without even knowing them. That's the beauty here. Though he is a demon, he did everything as Shastras prescribe. And that is what we call the scriptures say. And we can't say about Sugriva, but we can safely say about Vibhishana. Therefore, there is no obstacle to such a policy. That means, so what was the policy? The family policy of Raghuamsha, the race goal, the race aim of the Raghuamsha was to give succor to the surrenderer, needy, to help the needy. So Rama's statement is a special statement. Ukti Vishesha Tale. Ukti statement, Vishesha extraordinary. So his extraordinary statement meant that there will be no obstacle. Now, for the surrenderer, if he qualifies and if he follows strictly all the rules, then there is no obstacle for him to fall at the feet of the Almighty. Nor there is protector's policy affected by unqualified surrenderer also. Even an unqualified surrenderer will be taken into his fold. So Almighty is so merciful. Then what happens? Yatha pramanam, according to the proof. Yatha pramanam means according to the proof, in the sense, proof, that is authoritative statement of the scriptures. So what is the duty of the protector? What is the duty of the surrenderer? So these are all injunctions in the Shastras. And therefore, so what did Vibhishana ask for? What did Vibhishana ask for? So Sharanagatan Kolina Phalam. Whether he got the booty, B-O-O-T-Y, namely what he aimed. Did Vibhishana get what he aimed? It says, this paragraph says, Sharanagatan Kolina Phalam Siddhitta Padiyi. So what Vibhishana wanted, he got it. So, and that was only in common. Poduvile solli. Any surrenderer like Vibhishana would get it, surely. There is no doubt about it. So there is no doubt on the part of the surrenderer, need not be in the mind of the surrenderer. The doubt need not be in the mind of the surrenderer in order to confirm the fruit or advantage of surrender. So, male prati prakarate vivarikana. Now, we have always understood that moksha is the final goal out of the 4 human purposes of life. And moksha doesn't mean residence in heaven, namely Sri Vaikuntham, but kainkaryam, service to the Lord. So kainkaryam itself is called moksha. The service to the Lord is the moksha. That is release from the bondage of the birth and death and suffering in this world. We feel very happy by doing service to the Lord. We must feel happy. Not only we may feel happy, but we must also, our duty is to feel happy by doing service to the Lord. So while we do service to the Lord, we forget all our sufferings. That should be the right approach, right attitude. So we forget all our sufferings. We forget all our sadness. We always get relieved of our grief, and we will be interested in doing service. So while we take very deep interest in doing service, we will forget all our sufferings. Now, Valmiki, through the mouth of Lord Rama, explains. So Raghavena Ubhaye Datte Sannataha Ravananujaha Vibhishanaha Mahaprajnaha Bhumim Samavalokayan. So look at the beauty here. So again, Yuddhakanda, 19th canto, first verse. That means we have got the 18th sarga over. I told you the last verse was 39th verse of Yuddhakanda, 18th canto. So we go to the 19th canto, number 1. So Raghavena Ubhaye Datte.
Swami,
Yeah. Solungo.
இதுல ஒரு சின்ன அபிப்பிராயம். If you the moksham or kainkaryam is most preferred both Vaikuntham and even here in Achavadaram. But the difference is, if you kainkaryam, you will get strain normally in this world. You will get strain. Someday you may fed up and you may not get satisfied. Whereas you will not be strained and you will be pleased. The God also will be placed in moksham. This is the difference. I think I am clear about it.
The first part I am very much sure. The last part of your statement was a little.
Not that. If you strain yourself in the moksha, you will never feel the tiredness. You will be happy and God also will be happy. The kainkarya palan.
Right. Now, your point is well noted. Namely, you say that we are not perfect in kainkaryam. Right? You are right. We cannot be 100.
No. We are 100% perfect. We are doing it. But the bodily physical strain, sometimes we feel for it. It is because being in this birth, as a human being, you do service. Some days you may strained or you may feel for it. So you may not be happy with what you are doing also because of the physical state. Whereas this is not the case in moksha, where you will be happy with all your greatest strain and God also will be more happy on that.
That is right. See, that is what we insist, namely, Nyasa Vimshati of Vedanta Deshika explains that the Kainkaryam is moksha. And there are 2 points in your statement, good points, namely, one, so moksha can be experienced here in this world. That is, we say Swarga. We are in heaven here when we do service. We are in hell here when we are not doing service. We have the statement in Sanskrit by Bhavabhuti, an author in the drama, what you already read it, Uttara Ramacharitam, Manayeva Manushyanam Karanam Bandha Mokshayo. Sorry, it is Kalidasa's statement in Abhijnana Shakuntalam. Manayeva Manushyanam Karanam Bandha Mokshayo. You feel you are jailed in this world because of your mindset. Another mindset is you feel that you are relieved from the bondage of birth and death. So here, Manayema Karanam, as you said, we may feel the strain or we may get rather bored by doing service.
No, very rarely. It is not. When you are sincere, that will not be there. But very rarely, due to it never happens. When you do sincerely the service, you will never get the feel of strain. But strain will be there. Whereas this is not there totally. It is not there. That is what my
right. Because in Vaikuntham, we are in what you call aprakrita shariram. We are not having the what you call gross body as we have now. So we will be in a subtle bodily form in Vaikuntham. That is right. That is therefore there is only unalloyed happiness in Vaikuntham. There is no complete happiness, only no sadness. Here it is bound to be. And again, that is again because of our own past sins. That's the karma. That's the contention that Shastras say. So, suppose I feel tired of doing service, then I am at fault. So my sins are responsible for making me tired, may feel the strain. That's right. And the second point is very much acceptable, namely, when you do your service sincerely, you don't feel the strain. You don't feel the strain.
Now
You
you
are
are
always
happy.
happy.
Now you are happy, and God is also happy. He is also more
Right.
happy when you take the service of you.
Right.
Both the
Absolutely.
doer and the receiver, both are happy. Total.
Right.
Maybe in Bhautika, in the world, the current earth, we are bound by the we are limited,
Karma. Remember, our freedom is limited.
External conditionalities also limits us from
Yes.
going beyond certain level.
Right.
Yes.
Doing service completely. Right. But we are not to be affected by the surroundings, rather the context, situation, sandarbha and so on. சந்தர்ப்ப சூழ்நிலையால நம்ம பாதிக்கப்படாம இருக்கணும். பாதிக்கப்படுவோங்கிறது ரைட்டு.
இல்ல அந்த பந்தங்கள்னால இல்லாட்டா வேற யூ ஆர் டூயிங் சர்வீஸ் பந்தங்களால ஐயோ அவ பொண்ணுக்கு என்ன ஆச்சோ பிள்ளைக்கு என்னாச்சோ இல்ல நாங்க போனோமே நாளைக்கு போகணும். இது வந்து இஸ் ஆல்சோ simultaneously work on even though you are doing services. The mind is wavering, which leads to that service is there. The sincerely you are at most with the sincere concentration you are doing it. The mind will lead to somewhere a diversion, which may make you physically and mentally strained. This is possible here, whereas that is not there. That's what my comparison about the situation.
Right. There is no tiredness. There is no fatigue. Right in Vaikuntham. But here, this is what we call, our elders in those days call it ajnanam. Our affection towards our relatives, friends is called ajnanam. Actually, ignorance. So as you said, when we worry about others, it becomes ajnanam. And that is right. That's right. So one example is after going around Srirangam temple and worshipping at all sannidhis, when we come back, we feel that our legs need rest. Legs need rest. And therefore, we must not say it out, they say. We must not reveal it out. Simply take rest and don't, let us not say that because I went and worshipped in all sannidhis, I got strains. That's what. And again, so Prapti Prakaraha of this title is Adainda Vidam. Now, Raghavena Ubaye Datte Sannataha Ravananujaha Vibhishnaha Mahaprajnaha Bhumim Samavalokaya. Raghavanal Abhayam Kudukappataudan Raghavena Abhaye Datte, Ubaye not, Raghavena Abhaye Datte, when protection has been extended by Rama, Adhiga Buddhi Ravananukku pin thondinavanum, Ravana Anujaha, Ravana's younger brother, Adhiga Buddhimanana, Mahaprajnaha, Vibhishanan, Bhumim, the goddess of earth, Narpuramum Sutti Parthu Vananginan, Samavalokayam. So the word Vananginan is an extra meaning given here. Samaval saw around, observed around, meaning that he wanted to thank all devatas of 8 directions, then guardians of all directions, namely these gods, then elephants, the snakes, and Navagrahas, all the planets. So that is why, so he wanted to thank everyone else also around him, monkeys, leaders, Sugriva and others. So all the, what you call the Panchabhutas, the 5 gross elements, Prithvi, Apu, Tejo, Vayu, Akasha, in what you call, in conveying his gratitude that Rama could help him, Rama could receive him without any obstacle, he was thanking by his vision. He was thanking all things. So you can even say tanmatras and so on. All the in sense organs, 11th sense organ, mind. He thanked his heart also. Bhumim Samanaloken, I get another meaning in my mind. Namely, he lowered his face. He lowered his face. Number one. So the reason for lowering his face is, lowering his head means in obeisance to Rama. To give respect to Rama, number one. Number two, he was rather remorseful, sad, because he was pushed to that situation by Ravana. So then again, he wants to get the blessings of the goddess of earth. Now, apart from Sugriva, the mediator, now he wants the goddess of earth to be the mediator. So, Bhumim Samavalokayan, because he was born as Daman on earth, along with Ravana. Of course, Ravana Kumbhakarna were the pair, but Vibhishana was the extra. So, Vibhishana was also born on the earth. So, he wanted to say thanks to the mother earth. So, Bhumim Samavalokayan. That's what I would add, whether I may be right. So, Raghavena, Menmai Kondu. So, Raghavena meaning the word meaning Rama. So, by Rama, Menmai Kondu. Menmai Kondu means he is the highest Almighty. So, he was Nityashuri. No, we have no idea. We have no background of history of Vibhishana. Who was born as Vibhishana, we do not know. I think we don't have any information. So, had there been the correct information about him, then it would have been better also. So, Menmai Kondu. So, since Lord was the greatest primordial being, so from the greatest person, Vibhishana, a demon, has got the shelter. So, Menmai Kondu, and he must lift up his collars. Who? Rama. Rama should lift up his collars, feel proud that he is ready to give shelter. So, Abhaya Pradhanam panna vendi irukka. Rama should feel for himself that he is the greatest Almighty, and therefore he must feel that he is able to give refuge to Vibhishana. But Anuha Onnadengara Bayam Thirumbadi. So he wanted to remove the fear of the monkeys and Vibhishana, that he was inaccessible. So Saulabhyam is now shown now. Previously, in the previous chapter, we were talking about Saushilyam, because he did not see the difference between monkey and demon. But here, so we are talking about his Saulabhyam. All people, including Vibhishana, Sugriva, including us, can approach Rama without any reservation. So that's the meaning. So the Abhaya Pradhanam to Vibhishana showed that his principle, Rama's principle, that he is easily accessible. Saulabhyam. Sulabaha. Anuha Onnadengara Bayam Thirumbadi. By removing the fear, in order to remove the fear that he is inaccessible, Parigrahita, having received, Rama received Vibhishana, Avatara Dashil, as Rama, as in the form of incarnation. Avatara Dashil, Neermai Vinji irundadu. Those Saulabhyam, the accessibility was is the real quality of, one of the auspicious qualities of Rama. Previous chapter says that Saushilyam was above Saulabhyam. Even between the qualities, there is a competition. One quality wants to excel the other. It's a mutual competition. Saulabhyam also will fight with Saushilyam and wants to win over the other quality. Then Dattam Asya Abhayam Maya என்று தாம் அருளிச் செய்தது போராமே. Already Vibhishana was assured and it was conveyed to the monkeys. So before the monkeys gave their opinions, different opinions, in order that Vibhishana one should not be accepted. And also Sugriva's contention also that Vibhishana one should not be accepted. He says, already I have given the protection. Already I have assured the protection to Vibhishana. Dattam, Abhayam, Abhayam Dattam. The protection has been extended, Asya, to this Vibhishana or one, Maya, by me. என்று தாம் அருளிச் செய்து போராமே, he did not feel that it is enough, that his statement is not sufficient to convince the monkeys. Then he said, Anaya Enam Harisreshta. Since Rama asked Sugriva to bring him, why he asked Sugriva to bring him? Sugriva should be convinced completely, number one. And he also felt fortunate that he got a friend in Sugriva. And he wanted to show to Sugriva that Vibhishana is also is a friend. And therefore, without Rama asking directly Vibhishana to come to him, come near him, Anaya Enam Harisreshta. Oh, monkey chief, please bring him. So he felt that that protection extension of protection is given already. Therefore, Vibhishana can by himself come near Rama. Vibhishana has the right to come near Rama. And Rama did not go to the sky, rather, because as a human being, he will not fly. So he will not fly to the sky and invite Vibhishana, welcome Vibhishana, by going near him. So Vibhishana, a demon, could fly, and therefore he could come down to the earth also. And utilizing the services of a monkey, namely Sugriva, the leader, to bring him, to involve him as a mediator, to involve him, to engage him as a Purushakaratvam. So Endru Maharajarai. So Maharajarai is Sugriva, the great king of monkeys. So we'll go to the Maharajarayum, Munnilayaka. Now, Rama did not give protection to Vibhishana in the absence of Sugriva. If it has been done in the absence of Sugriva, there may be two thoughts. Sugriva might have mistaken Rama because Rama did not believe him. He might have thought that Rama did not believe Sugriva, and therefore he might have done in secrecy Vibhishana's acceptance. So Vibhishana could have been called separately in privacy, and then he could have been offered the protection. So he did not do that. And Sugriva also should be convinced that Vibhishana one's acceptance is right. So Munnilayaka. So this is what people will do. Witness. So Sugriva became the witness. So Munnilayaka, avarum asmabhis tulyo bhavatu endru vinnappam seyya. So Sugriva also was fully convinced that he said that along with the monkeys, Vibhishana one should also be equally treated. Asmabhihi tulyo bhavatu, tulyaha equal, bhavatu may he be equal along with us, asmabhihi. So endru vinnappam seyya, because Sugriva requested Rama to do so. So ippadi mudalihalum visaya. Thus his followers, namely his leaders, Angada, Jambavan, Hanuman, and other leaders of monkeys, Mudalihalum. You can also include all monkeys. So Mudaligal meaning chieftains, heads. So Mudaligalam Vishaya, they also agreed to the words of Sugriva. Periya Thiruvolakkathile எழுந்திருந்து. The Periya Thiruvolakkathile meaning seated on, of course, a rock in a high position. So he was on a mountain. Rama was on a mountain, rather a rock on the mountain. He was sitting on the rock of the mountain, as though a king is sitting on the throne. So Periya Thiruvolakkathile எழுந்திருந்து ஸ்ரீ விபீஷண ஆழ்வானுக்கு அருளப்பாடு என்ற பின்பு. So this is what we call avataraya. I told you yesterday, avataraya is called arulappadu. Arulappadu meaning, may Lord bless us, arula. In order to make Lord bless us, padu, let us sing. That's what we say. So, Divya Prabandham arulappadu. We say the first word of the Pashuram and say arulappadu. So, Sri Vibhishan Anvanuku arulappadu in the sense, let us bless Vibhishan Anvan and let us sing his glory. என்ற பின்பு பெருமாள் பண்ணின அபயப்பிரதானம் நிலை நின்றதாயிற்று என்று தோன்றுகைக்காக. So again he wanted Sugriva, Rama wanted Sugriva to feel that Sugriva was totally responsible for Vibhishana's acceptance. So he was given the credit, I told you. Already we have seen that. So Sugriva was given the full credit of accepting Vibhishana, because Rama did not want to take any merits by giving protection, though he is a protector. So Perumal Pandina Abhaya Pradhanam Nilai Nindadayittru. What Rama did by giving protection to Vibhishana Advan stood in good stead. Nilai Nindadayittru. So there was no looking back, there was no regret, there was no withdrawal of protection, there is no harm done to Vibhishana in future, no harm was done to Vibhishana in future. So in all round protection. So Abhaya Pradhanam is not for a single occasion. That means for the entire what we call life of the individual soul of Vibhishana Advan, he has protective cover. So என்று தோன்றுகைக்காக இங்கே அபயே தத்தே என்று அனுவதிக்கிறது. The two words அபயே தத்தே meaning protection has been extended, protection has been granted, meaning that this Abhaya Pradhanam will hold good for people like Vibhishana, not only Vibhishana, people like us also, fully complete. It should be complete. So in future also, the individual soul need not suffer. That's the meaning. Even if the individual soul is born again out of some reason. Here, Sannataha. Now you find that Vibhishana Advan is well behaved. He is modest. He is humble. He bowed to the Lord. Nataha. Nataha means he bent down his head. Nataha. Samyang Nataha, Sannataha. He lowered his head to the ground. That's what we say. Sashtanga Namaskaraha. So he made his head touch the earth. That's the meaning of Sannata. So Sharanyanuடைய நிலையுடைமையிலும் நீர்மையிலும் மிகவும் ஈடுபட்டு. Now, since we know that the surrenderer has got full belief in the protector, 100% faith in the protector, so he felt very happy on falling at the feet of Rama. So he felt very happy that Rama is the right protector. So Sharanyanudaya, that is of Rama, the protector, Nilayudaimayiliyum. Now, the problem here is the mind of Rama is disturbed. Why? Sita is separated. And therefore, he may do something which is abnormal also. Because somebody who is in sadness may behave differently. But while somebody is happy, he will be normal. So Rama is not expected to be normal because he has got the what we call grouse against Ravana. Then Ravana abducted his wife. Sita is yet to be recovered. Therefore, his mind is worried. So in a what we call sad mind, no same thought will generally is felt. And therefore, even in this situation, Sharanyanuடைய நிலையுடைய மேலே, though he is capable of protecting all people, the entire universe and so on, but this position of Rama is precarious now. And நீர்மையிலும் மிகவும் ஈடுபட்டு, so in spite of the situation in which Rama is placed, he gives succor to Vibhishana Alvan. And therefore, Vibhishana Alvan became very happy. He was so much involved. Then Nirmailum, even in the what we call non-differentiation of status, so Vibhishana Alvan felt that though he was a demon, born demon, he was accepted. தாழ்ச்சி மற்றெங்கும் தவிர்ந்து அவன் தாளினை கீழ் வாழ்ச்சி பெற்றான். I think this is what we call Alvar's statement. We will see three. Note number 3. We just to go a little down. So yeah. Tiruvaimozhi, 985. We will see it later. Tiruvaimozhi 324. Sorry. Tiruvaimozhi 324. So this is what Alvar said, Nammalvar said. The previous sentence in the page. Let us go to that sentence in the page. Vaachitara varithen unnai is the final word. தாட்சி மற்றெங்கும் தவிர்ந்து அவன் தாளினை கீழ் வாழ்ச்சி பெற வரித்தேன் உன்னை. So பெற்றான். So தாட்சி மற்றெங்கும் தவிர்ந்து. So Vibhishana Alvan did not feel low in status. So தாட்சி is low status. So மற்றெங்கும் தவிர்ந்து. So then he did not think of him as a demon, because as a demon he must behave badly. He has bad manners, but he felt what you call he has no reduced self-esteem. So he had confidence. Then avan தாளினை கீழ் வாழ்ச்சி பெற்றான். Avan, Rama's தாள், feet, inai, pair. So தாளினை கீழ் வாழ்ச்சி பெற்றான். He became prosperous. His life became happy. So he started living happily. தாட்சி மற்றெங்கும் தவிர்ந்து அவன் தாளினை கீழ் வாழ்ச்சி. Since he fell at the feet of the Lord, to the right protector, now he did not feel diffident. That's the meaning. தாட்சி மற்றெங்கும் தவிர்ந்து meaning he did not feel diffident. He did not feel unfit to surrender. He did not feel his status is low. All this then அருளப்பாட்டுக்கும் தூரத்திலே உச்சித உபச்சாரம் பண்ணினான் என்னவுமா. So the word Arulapadu is there. So Vibhishana Alvanukku Arulapadu, meaning Rama encouraged Sugriva and other monkeys to welcome Vibhishana Alvan into their midst. And therefore, so after hearing the welcome welcoming attitude of monkeys as well as Rama. Arulapattukkum Durathile, he was in the sky. So Uchita Upacharam Panninan Ennuvuma. He saluted from there, from the sky. Antariksha Gata Shriman, we say about Vibhishnarva. So he was in the sky and he was so rich, prosperous, because of his humility, because of his surrendering attitude. So Uchita Upacharam Panninan. Uchita Upacharam is he made fitting hospitality. So hospitality is not generally welcoming. Here he said he gave respect. Upacharam can say respect. So he gave right respect from the sky. So it is what you call Anjali, you can say. Simply Anjali. Thiruvayamil verses when you want, right. After the page is over, we will take up. So Ravananujaha, Ravana's younger brother. See, this is a beauty here. So he was humble against the attitude of his elder brother. The elder brother he was bad, but younger brother was good. And therefore, Ravana Anujaha, he must always inherit the character of the elder brother genetically, but still he did not do it. Vibhishana did not have the same attitude as his elder brother Ravana. And that is also beauty. And therefore, he Uchita Upacharam Pandit. So Ravananujaha should have been followed by an exclamatory mark. In spite of being the younger brother of in spite of his being younger brother of Ravana, he behaved well. Then, otherwise, what should have been done by Vibhishana? Na nameyam endru irukka kadava. I will not bow to anybody. So Ravana was what we call, I think, we say in Tamil also this word, who will not bow to anyone. Hankara Bhuishtaha. But there is one more word in Tamil which tells you that Vanangamudi. Vanangamudi. Ravana was Vanangamudi. But whereas Vibhishana was Vanangumudi. Na nameyam. I will not bow. Endru irka kadava. That should have been the natural attitude of Vibhishana one. But he is different now. Now I remember the words of a Sanskrit professor called Suri means scholar. There was a scholar in Tanjavur. There was a college called St. Stephen's College in Tanjavur. 1 hour, 1.5 hours distance from Srirangam. So he was Lakshmana Suri. His name was Lakshmana Suri. He wrote many books. And his prose is very, very good. High standard. What you call, his vocabulary is very high. He was called Lakshmana Suri. And British government gave him the award Mahamahopadhyaya, the teacher of the greatest teachers. Mahamahopadhyaya. Only 9 people in the whole of India were given Mahamahopadhyaya, and one of them was Lakshmana Suri. And Lakshmana Suri was a Sanskrit professor in St. Stephen's College. And he wrote many books. And his style is very hard style. It's called Narikela Paka. As we want to take coconut water, tender coconut water, we have to struggle very hard. I have a tree in my home. There are some coconuts, tender coconuts. How will you do it? How will you take tender water? That's it, tender coconut water. It is very difficult. And therefore, Narikela Paka is a style of Lakshmana Suri. Lakshmana Suri's words are very, very deep. And he condensed, rather he abridged the stories of Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavata, and so on. And he wrote it as Ramayana Sangraha, Bharata Sangraha, Bhagavata Sangraha. Curiously, he wrote an appreciation, what you call in the form of Charama Shloka, a long Charama Shloka poem. That is at the end of the death of somebody. Charama Shloka is called generally not Krishnavatar Charama Shloka or Dhamavatar Charama Shloka or Varahavatara Charama Shloka. That is different. That was the final verse. So this is for obituary, what you call elegy in English. E-L-E-G-Y. So Lakshmana Suri wrote an elegy. And he wrote 100 verses on King George V. George V Shatakam. He wrote George V Shatakam. 100 verses, elegy. Such a great Ashukavi. He is a very great poet. He lived very recently here, and about 100 years ago. And he, not eulogy, it is a eulogy, of course, is praise. But I am talking of elegy. E-L-E-G-Y. So he wrote elegy, right? So Charama Shloka, we call it in Sanskrit. Shloka after one's death. That is Shloka appreciating the dead person. But in spite of writing appreciation of George V, King George V, he had to face some difficulty. Lament for the dead, right? So he faced life difficulty even after writing this. Okay. So why I say this is, Duryodhana is in the Bharata Sangraha, Duryodhana is asked by Lord Krishna as an ambassador to favor Pandavas. Okay. So because we read the translations of Sanskrit works in English, we know some more words than ordinary postgraduate in English. And today, many students of literature must have a lot of vocabulary. Literature students must have more vocabulary than a Sanskrit teacher. Right. So here, what he did was, Krishna as an ambassador went as a Duta messenger to the Darbar of Duryodhana and asked him, rather begged him to give half the kingdom to the Pandavas. He said no. Then, as usual, we heard the story: 5 cities, no; 5 villages, no; 5 houses, no. So everything he was no. He was only knowing the word no. So Duryodhana, and therefore, so finally he said, I will not give even a pin-pricked place of earth. Tamil சொல்லும் ஊசி குத்துற நிலம் கூட கொடுக்க மாட்டேன். Even if you take a pin, then even the pin hole earth will not be given to Pandavas, will not be returned to Pandavas. And therefore, so he said,
ஊசி முனை.
So he said, another example, he said, I am an iron pillar. I am an iron pillar. If you want to bring down the iron pillar, you cannot bring it down by slanting. You have to break it. The iron pillar will not bow. Iron pillar will not be flexible. Iron pillar will not bend. The iron pillar should be broken. So I am an iron pillar, he said. There he used the word nan-ameya. Nan-ameya. So என்று இருக்க கடவை வணங்கலில் அரக்கன் கிடந்த வயிற்றில் கிடந்தவனுக்கு. So வணங்கல் இல் அரக்கன் is Ravana. He never bows down. So வணங்கல் இல் no. Il means no. So Arakan, namely the demon, namely Ravana, who was never humble. So Kedanda Vaitil Kedandavanaki. So Ravana was born in the mother's womb. In the same mother, Vibhishana was born. So Vaitil, so in the stomach of the mother of Ravana, Vibhishana was also born. So Kedandavanaki. He was also there just like any human being, maybe 9 months. Then Varaprabhavatale, because of the greatness of the boon, what is that Varaprabhavam? We don't know the background of Vibhishana Arvan, and therefore we cannot say what merits he acquired in the previous birth and so on. If at all you get some details on his previous birth or whose rather form was born as Vibhishana, we don't know. We don't know. When you come to know, please share with us. So Varaprabhavatale. Now Varaprabhavatale here, because Vibhishana could come luckily to Rama. He could seek boon from Rama. So boon is Sharanagati. So Vanda, Varaprabhavatale Vanda, having come, Bahutta Vishayatil Vanakami. Bahutta Vishayatil meaning in the defined process of Sharanagati, so he bowed down. Vanakam idu. Sannataha, the word Sannataha is explained like this. Why did he bow? Why did Vibhishana bow? Because he followed strictly the rules of Shastra without knowing them, as I said. So Vibhishana oru vaittile kedakka cheide. Now the next question is, Ravana's attitude was bad. Ravana's attitude was a demoniacal attitude, and Vibhishana was different. Now your next question. So oru vaittile kedakka cheide, though in the same stomach produced Kumbhakarna, gave birth to Kumbhakarna. What happened to Kumbhakarna? Kumbhakarnadihal, I think you have to look at, before going to the matter of Kumbhakarna, we will take up, as he said, Thiruvaimozhi 3:2-4. So, Sukshi Jnana Chudaruliyagi, Endrum Ekshi Kedindri, Enganam Nerendavendai, Tachi Matrengam Tavindu, Nin Talinai Kil Vachi, Yan Serum Vahayarulai Vande.
சூழ்ச்சி எல்லாவற்றையும் சூழ்ந்து கொள்கிற சுடரொளி, மிகவும் விலட்சணமான ஞானமாகி ஞானத்தை உடையாய் என்றும் எக்காலத்திலும் எழுச்சி கேடின்றி விகாசமும் சங்கோஷமும் இல்லாமல் எங்கனும் எவ்விடத்திலும் நிறைந்த வியாபித்து இருக்கின்ற எந்தாய் எமது சுவாமியே, மற்ற எங்கும் உன்னை தவிர எந்த விஷயத்திலும் தாழ்ச்சி தவிர்ந்து கால் தாழ்ந்து இருப்பதை விட்டு நின்தான் இணை கீழ் உனது உபய பாதங்களின் கீழ் வாழ்ந்திருக்கும் இருப்பவை யான் சேரும் வகை யான் அடையும் விதத்தை வந்து என் கண்முன்னே வந்து தோன்றி அருளி செய்ய வேணும்.
O Lord of infinite illumination, pervading all with no loss or gain, pray come and tell me how I may cut my lowly ways and find your lotus feet.
The beauty of the poem, Nammalvar's Thiruvaimozhi Pasuram, is as soon as we surrender to the Lord's feet, let us not think low of ourselves. When we get the opportunity to serve the Lord, then we need not worry about our own status, whether they are low or high. So, Please go to the verse again, top of this page. Tiruvayimozhi, Nammalvar addresses the Lord, the first two lines. So, Jnana Chudaroliyagi, Jnanananda Mayam Devam, Jnana Chudaroliyagi, Jnana Jyoti. So, he is in the form of wisdom and he is in the form of light, bright light, Jnana Chudaroliyagi. So, Eichi Kedindi, without any blemish, without any deficiency. So, Enganam Nerinda Vendai, Vishnu, Vishwam Vishnu, pervading the whole world, pervading all the people. Then, Tarchi Matrengam, this is the second half is about himself, Alvar. So, Alvar did not go to any Divya Kshetra. Alvar wanted Rod to come to his place. Thought that is the what you call the tamarind, under the tamarind tree. So Tharchi Matrengam Tavirdu, let me not lower myself. Nin Talinekil, since I am fortunate to bow down to your feet, pair of divine feet. So my low status is gone. So Vachi on Serum Vahai, so that I will be happy in future. Arul I one day. You come to me and bless me.
Ramanujadaya Padru Jnana Vairagya Bhushanam Srimad Venkatanatharyam Vande Vedanta Desikam Vidarjika Simhaya Kalyana Gunasaline Srimate Venkatesaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha Padidivadiro Bhanga Pancharana Parakrama Imam Venkatanatharyam Tiram Vijayam Tirundropa Tiruvengadamudayan Parondru Jonna Palamozhigal Orondru Thane Amayadu வாழ்வார்க்கு நானேர ஓளவும் வாழ்வு
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम् कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய.